everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are doing well. In today's video, I'm going to be furnishing an apartment and we're going to be furnishing with some CC today. Well, lots of CC today actually. And the aesthetic that I'm going for is kind of like in a Kawaii, not in Hawaii, a Kawaii aesthetic. I just wanted to do something cute. I found a lot of CC of like things that would fit that aesthetic, and also I've recently been into like watching anime, and so it's like the Hello Kitty universe plus manga or anime and pink and flowers threw up in this apartment. So if that is your kind of aesthetic, or if you like that kind of thing, then I think this apartment will be something that you like as well. And this is the first time that I'm actually decorating an apartment in city living. I could not actually believe that I've never decorated an apartment. Maybe it's because when you do try to decorate, at least my experience with this apartment is it will literally throw you around so much. It can get a little bit frustrating, at least it was for me, to decorate the apartment. Nevertheless, I do like how it turned out, and I'm building in the 121 Hakim house apartment, and I think this is in the art district. And currently what I'm doing is I'm creating a balcony. So with apartments you cannot really create a balcony, but there's this way that you can kind of fake one. So what I did was I used arches on the outside walls, and you can see there I sized down the arches really small, and what that does is it cuts it out and creates this hole that gives you kind of like the look of a balcony, but obviously you can't leave them open, and you also want to hide the arches. So what you do then is you go into live edit objects, you find a fence, and then you use those fences to kind of act as the barrier for the balcony, which is what you see me doing now. I couldn't find a fence that fit perfectly into the space, so you can see I'm kind of tweaking it with a tool mod to make it big enough to fit into that space, and also obviously to cover up the arches. But I wanted it to be a balcony because I just felt like the sim that I made this for, which her name is Sakura actually, and I made her maybe like a year and a half, 2 years ago. The time goes so quickly now that I just don't have any like idea of when things are happening. But I made her for a Kawaii lookbook, so I thought that this is perfect. I'll show a little picture of her on screen. And yeah, so I have finished the kind of the building of the balcony, but we'll go back out there to decorate. And we're currently in the entryway for this apartment because of the CC, right? I kept on going back and forth. I tried to cut out a lot of that, and this is why the video may be so long, or a lot longer for what you would expect from the size of an apartment. It's because I just kept on going back and forth. I kept on finding things, and then I actually exited the game like maybe this is so embarrassing to mention, but 7 times to download more CC. It's a problem, and it is why I have not been building with CC recently, because 1, I don't have the space for this, and 2, I don't have any kind of restraint. I feel like I need to have everything, and I will download an entire set even if it's just one thing that I like in the entire set. So that intro was a little bit quick, but I just made something simple. There are some things that changed though, but I didn't show the changes because, like I said, I went back and forth a lot, and this video would have been like maybe like an hour long if I kept in all of the changes that I made. But I just, on the one side of the wall where I didn't put all of those things, it's kind of empty on the one side, I just changed and I put a cabinet there for shoes that I found from this one creator. I found a lot of new creators when I was downloading, and I actually will be keeping a lot of this CC. So I think they're called Pan Lily, and then I found Unicorn, and I found Don't Sleep, and they make such cute CC, honestly. If you want to download any of the CC in this apartment, or if you want to download the apartment as a whole, so firstly I will create a download link for you to be able to download the apartment and the CC. It's a lot of CC, okay? I have not built with CC in a very long time, so I kind of went all out. I went all out, but I promise you it's such cute CC. And then I'll see if I can also create a post on my Patreon, kind of just stating all of the creators that I came across in my you know, CC searches and what I would recommend and who makes cute CC and so on. So that if you just want to go and explore some of these creators, then you can do that, because like I said, this build is obviously going to be really big because of the amount of CC that I use. But you can see there, all of them are so cute. I could not hold myself back. I really couldn't. I just wanted to use everything that I found, but obviously I couldn't, so I used as much as I possibly could. So this is the all that I'm talking about that changed. So I removed the shelf that I'm placing there now, and also that painting, and I replaced it with this. So I found this cabinet, which is like a shoe cabinet. So I know with a lot of Asian households, you will usually change out your shoes for in-house shoes at the door. So I wanted to create an area like that, and so I did that there. I will include photos of what this, you know, the end result is at the end. And yeah, I didn't run into too many problems with speed, with playtesting. I mean, the only thing that I did run into was the sliding door that I put to the balcony. So I thought that it only slides on the one side, so surely I can put furniture on the side that's like just the window. No, I couldn't do that. So I opted for a smaller sliding door, so that I would have a little bit more space, and I could still put some, like I had a bench against the sliding door, and so I didn't want to leave the bench out, and that's why I kind of moved the sliding door off to the side a bit and used the smaller one so that I could still have what I had on the balcony in the first place. And you can currently see I am busy with a dining room, or it's not really a dining room because everything is very much like open planned, but the small dining area. I love these chairs. I cannot remember who they're from, but also I love the flower vase on the top. That is from Snooky Sims? No, Snooty Sims. Yes, a lot of the decorations that I use is from that creator. So good for clutter if you're looking for clutter, and they have a whole pink collection. I recommend everything from that collection. And then I used a lot of Hydra in this build as well. I have spoken about Hydra before and my love for their CC. I made like a CC recommendations videos for furniture, and they were one of the creators that I listed in there, so obviously had to use a lot of their things in here. And then we are currently moving on to like the living room. So I wanted a cabinet under, right, but I couldn't find anything that I liked. I eventually think I ended up with that one, and it took me a long time to get to that place with the cabinet that you currently see there. I can't remember who it is from exactly because I downloaded so much CC that everything is like merging together in my head. But I love this pink rug, and so I wanted to match whatever furniture I was using to that. I will say this couch, a really cute couch, does look very uncomfortable though. The seating space is minimal. I did use it though because I just love the shape of the couch and the look of the couch. The quality of the CC, it will always outshine the normal game things that we have. And one of the reasons why I wanted to build with CC, right, is I was calculating how much all of the expansion packs would be in South African rands, and I think I came to a number like 12,000 rand, and that is just expansion packs. If you buy each and every one at full price, which I would never ever recommend, but that is a lot of money, and there's no equivalent that I can give you that I think would like really explain how much that may be in other currencies or whatever. Obviously you can convert, and I'm sure I've heard a lot of people, at least from America or the US, complaining about just how expensive this game is. But really 12,000 rand in South African rands is that's someone's monthly salary. That is a lot of money for an expansion pack for a game, or for expansion packs for a game. So I was thinking, how can I like balance out the content so that people can still download my builds and it can be somewhat free, you know? So that's why I decided to just build with CC. I did not really use the in-game things except for maybe some of the base game, which everyone will have. The only other packs that showed up is obviously City Living, and then also I used a vanity from Modern Luxe. It's a kit. But you can always replace that with some CC vanities that you have. I didn't have any that I liked in my game, and honestly at that point I was trying to exercise some restraint and not exit my game just to download a vanity. Yeah, because it was becoming a problem. So that's why I wanted to build this. And also I just, like I said, haven't built with CC in a really long time. I was itching to build with CC. And then here you can see I've put these posters up, right? But they weren't really fitting what I had in mind. So at the point where you see me transition to the TV, I had already exited to download more CC. Then at some point I'm going to exit again and download more CC, and then I'm going to find more anime posters, and we're going to change up the vibe of the room a little bit. I don't know at which point in the video that happens, but those paintings at the back really do change quite a bit, because I think the anime poster or the tapestry that I've eventually found, I found more towards the end of me building this lot. And so yeah, that is not like it is at the moment, but everything else, like the couches, the plushies, and everything that I placed on, that remained the same. And I love this table. This table is from Hydra. Also, I have built like an apartment in this aesthetic before. However, I don't have that apartment anymore. I think it was actually a penthouse that I built, and I think it was in the Fountain View penthouse, but I don't have it anymore. So I wanted to build something similar to that, and I think this one looks so much better than that one actually. So yeah, and then like I said, I've been watching anime a lot recently, so that's also why I wanted to build this. My favorite so far, I'm like a new person to anime, but my favorite has been the Apothecary Diaries, which is on Netflix. I really enjoyed that, and I'm looking forward to when the new things comes out. But yeah, on this side of the wall I wanted to place a shelf. Usually with a kawaii aesthetic, it's very cluttered, right? But it's cluttered in a tasteful way, in my opinion. You know, you can have clutter that's not so nice, but usually the inspiration that I've seen is really cute and I love it. However, I'm not someone who will clutter my builds up a lot, and that's just to ensure that, one, I don't use too many objects, and two, this is already more cluttered than I would usually make my build. So honestly, I was thinking halfway through it, is this too much? But also I just didn't want to have too many things for you to download as well. There's already a lot of things to download, but here is the problem that I was speaking about. So I put this bench against the sliding door and she couldn't get out onto the balcony, so I had to change that up. So I just replaced the door because I actually like how the balcony turned out. I think it's so peaceful back here, so serene. Try to keep it, you know, with the whole pink aesthetic that we, or this pink color scheme that we have on the inside. And yeah, I didn't show too much of the whole decorating of that shelf that I put against the wall, just because it took me so long to gather all of the CC that I wanted to put on there. And I think that was also one of the points at which I exited the game to download more clutter. I also forgot how long it takes to scroll for clutter when you are working with CC. I thought this apartment would take me one day. No, it took me 2 days and then 3 days to edit this video because of how long it was, how much I was flip-flopping. And yeah, I that's why maybe I'll just stick to other aesthetics where I don't feel like I need to use every single thing that I've downloaded, because I don't know what it was about this build. I just wanted to include all of the cute things. Seriously, all of the cute things. And also, I haven't posted it on here in a minute, and the reason why is because the last build, literally, I don't even know how to describe it, but I was having so much trouble getting that build uploaded. Oh yes, we are in the bedroom now, which is the only bedroom in this apartment. But as I was saying, I was struggling so much, right? I've wanted to stream for as long as I've been playing this game. And so I've been contemplating. I haven't really gathered up the courage just yet, but I do feel like streaming would suit my build style, play style, and my way of creating Sims a lot better. I talk to myself anyways, you know, when I'm doing these things. It would be nice to have some other people on the other side responding. Also, when I'm building my things in real time, I really get so excited and I want to show people what I'm doing. And I don't really have much people in my life to show what I'm doing. And anyways, their responses are always like, oh, that's nice. And I'm just like, you don't understand, you know? So I've been wanting to stream. It's like this itch that I need to scratch soon so that I can like do other things. But I changed my OBS settings for streaming, and that was such a mistake. So with my last build, which was the South African Safari Lodge that I did, the settings that I changed made the quality of the raw footage so terrible. It was the worst I've ever seen from the stuff that I've recorded. I had no idea what had gone wrong, what I changed accidentally, because I didn't bother with any of the quality settings or anything like that. And also the way OBS works, you can like create different profiles. And so I thought like if I had a streaming profile and then a recording profile, the settings wouldn't change, you know, if I was just changing it in one. I was wrong. So the quality was trash. Then I had to enhance every single clip that I had edited in that video, and that made the video so large that I could not download it because I'd run out of space. It was such a nightmare, but I loved that Safari Lodge so much that I just persisted and persisted. But honestly, afterwards I was so worn out by trying to get that video up. It is up there now if you want to watch it, but just know that I had gone through so much for that video. It is actually insane. And so I took a little break from building. I was creating Sims and stuff like that, and honestly I just think that the way I create Sims, like I said, it would just be better for a streaming situation. I take a really long time and I'm really indecisive, but I feel like having other people there to be like, no, that's right, that's a good choice, or do this rather, it would be so nice to have, honestly. So I am thinking about that. If I eventually do gather, you know, the courage, I'll post when I am live on my community post or community tabs. But if you would like to, I'm also on Instagram and TikTok at SimWithMishka. So if you want to follow me over there, I would really appreciate it. And I would most likely post the updates there first. So yeah, we are in the bathroom or in the bedroom now, as you can see. And I wanted the bedroom to be just cluttered with plushies, but also not too much, because I don't want to cause routing issues. I don't want to cause unnecessary problems during playtesting, you know. So I went to this bed from Hydra, and then I really wanted a section at the back of the bed where I could, you know, put plushies on and different knickknacks and whatever. So I used kitchen cabinets for the back, and then I just placed the bed, you know, to the front. I used that lamp that I love from Hydra with a little bunny on it. I spoke about that in my CC Rex video as well. And then you would have seen that I placed those curtain beads. You know, that is such a 2000s thing. I remember having something like that in my house, you know, in front of my door. Obviously not the butterfly one, but just like, I think it was blue beads, and I just felt like that was a nice touch, so I included that in the archway. And then this closet, I just spaced out for a minute, but this closet is from, I think they are called Pan Lily or something like that. And I used this here because I wanted to have I obviously could have made this, you know, an entirely separate room so that there was a guest room or whatever, but I was like, screw that. I want her to live here alone, and I want her to have a walk-in closet. I just felt like, you know, creating a walk-in closet. So I used this, and then I think a lot of the clothing is from KKB. As you can see, I lined them all up there. Unfortunately, these were not snapping to the rod that is already there, so you can see that I had to raise it up with the tool mod. And I thought that those clothes are actually perfect for Sakura, like it's something that she would wear. Luckily, I had all of those things before, because I've actually built something like a clothing store in Magnolia Promenade, which I really want to rebuild again because I love that build, but I want to make a video on it because it just turned out so good, and then I want to, you know, upload it so that people can download it. There is a tour of what I'm speaking about on my channel. If you like search up Magnolia Promenade, it will come up and you can see what I'm talking about. But I just want to redo it again and see if I can do it even better. And then this is the vanity that I included. This one is from Modern Luxe, so you would need the Modern Luxe kit for it. I wanted it to be functional, and usually with a lot of the vanities that come with that is CC but works with the base game, they can't really do much on those vanities. I wanted it to be able to sit down, to do a makeup, to freshen up and whatever. That's the tapestry that I was speaking about way in the beginning, you know, that I eventually put behind the TV, which I think you'll see in the photos. And then I found these posters as well, like on my 4th exit out of the game and search for CC. I found these posters. I thought she would be into K-pop as well, and so I included some of those. This wavy mirror is from Hydra, and that was really all. A lot of the makeup and stuff that you saw me include on the vanity is from Snooty Sims as well. Here you can see I'm just filling up the wall with more posters. I think my whole idea is that she actually draws these things herself and she is really into it. I actually looked for a career mod that would give her the, you know, the ability to join an anime career. Unfortunately, the only one that I found is like 6 years old and it hasn't been updated, and you guys know we've had so many updates since then, so that one wasn't gonna work. But I did find another one by Midnight Tech. It's a comic book career, or like a comic illustrator, comic creator, which is kind of like, you know, that's kind of like the US version of manga. Maybe, I don't know, I don't want to say that. I don't know if that's controversial to say. Like I said, I'm very new to the anime community and I don't read, I guess it's called manga, I watch them. So yeah, but I was just thinking that would be a good career for them to go into. Or if I don't want to add that career, I can always just have her in the midnight, oh, not the midnight career, I was thinking Midnight Tech, but I can just have her in the writing career, and then, you know, imagine, I guess, that she is this comic, or not comic book but manga writer or whatever. And then the shelf that I initially put in the entrance that I told you that I removed at one point, I then placed it back there. I can't remember what that creator's name is, but they are also such a good creator. But like I said, if I do eventually make that list of the creators that I use in this build, you can then go and explore a little bit. If you don't want to download all of the CC from the build and you just want to go and see some new creators, you need some new things or whatever, then I would recommend, you know, you go to that list when it's eventually up. I think that this shower curtain is by Don't Sleep, if I'm not mistaken, and I had to use it. So the only thing is that you can see there that it's hanging off, so I just use the column to make it look as if it's anchored to something. Unfortunately, I would usually use the column from Get Together, which is a really thin column, but like I said, I didn't want to use any packs in this build other than City Living base game and then, like I said, Modern Luxe. So I had to opt for that massive base game column. It was the only one that looked remotely nice for me to be putting in here, so I use that there. And then you would have seen the toilet that I included is so cute. Like I said though, I don't remember much about where they come from. I think that maybe from Unicorn, which is also one of the creators that I discovered while building this, and I really love their things. I actually went and I downloaded a bunch of things from them. I really have to clean out my CC folder after this. I have to be very strict about it because the space is just, my space is crying right now with how much CC I added just for this build. And this vanity, or the sink, is from Pan Lily, I think, again. And then I just included a whole lot of, you know, cosmetics that I have in my game already. There was something that I downloaded from a creator, and it was these really cute face washes and stuff, and they were like shaped like teddy bears and all of these things. However, I must have missed something because when I came in game they were red, which means that I'm either missing the mesh or they're broken, and I think it's most likely the first issue, missing the mesh. And I just didn't feel like exiting the game again to go and look for what the mesh was that I needed to download. So yeah, and then rugs, I included a lot of cute rugs in here. Most of them, as you can see, is from Hydra. They make, I think, the best rugs for these, or this aesthetic that I was going for. So I included a lot of little rugs everywhere. And then currently we are here in the streaming room, or not the streaming room, but the place where she works. I imagine that she works at home a lot. So I wanted to give her a space where she can not only work, but she can draw, she can read her, you know, her manga or anime or whatever you want to call it. And yeah, so that's what I'm doing here. But I'm currently like getting the layout of what I wanted. I wanted her to have a separate drawing desk and then have a separate desk for her computer. You would have seen that I just placed down a computer that was kind of raised. That one is the one that I eventually placed, but I didn't show it because while I was playtesting, I forgot. I actually ran into this issue as well. So I'm gonna go with this computer right now. But when I went into the game, it wasn't working as a computer. I couldn't even click on it, so it's just an object, and I was so upset to find that out. So I had to change the entire desk because with that other computer, it's raised and it must go on the specific desk that it comes with. So I changed the entire desk setup to fit with that table that came with that set. That set is from Hydra that I eventually go with. This little TV thing, I don't know what it's called, but that's also from Hydra. The desktop that is right there now that doesn't work, it's from Snooty Sims, and I don't know, maybe if I'm missing something, that's why it's not working. But yeah, it didn't work as a computer, so I had to change it because I wanted her to use it. And then I do include images of like what it is now, like I said, at the end. But I still thought, you know, the setup was kind of cute, so I included the furnishing process for this. And yeah, unfortunately it didn't work out as I wanted it to, but it worked out better, I think, because the one from Hydra is also really nice, the desktop from Hydra. And this room took me about 4 hours to decorate, which is really long, but it's just because I was searching through so much of my clutter to try and find the perfect clutter that would fit in here. I was also trying not to use, so I did use a lot of similar clutter in other spaces, and maybe I would just change the color. A lot of them didn't come in different swatches, so I was like, you know, limited to that swatch, just because I didn't want to have the items be that much that I was using. But I mean, eventually it did turn out to be quite a lot, because you can see I'm putting in a lot of things for this build. And then for the chair there, I love the art chair, but as a gamer myself, and you know, someone who sits at the desk a lot, that chair would just be so uncomfortable. So I did change it for one from, I think it's by Sibylet, which is a gaming chair basically, so that in my mind she would be more comfortable, you know. It doesn't really matter, but at least I would be happy knowing that she was more comfortable. And so this other desk that is a little bit more slender, which probably doesn't make a whole lot of sense if you're drawing. Like, I would be so annoyed if my pencils or my drawing equipment kept on falling over the desk because it's too slender. But it is the one that fit with the shelf, like the entire desk setup with a shelf, and then the slender desk is all from one set by Pan Lily, if I'm saying the name correctly. I'm trying to remember how I would spell it when I was, you know, searching for the CC, and that is how I remember it. So hopefully I'm saying it right. But I wanted to use the entire thing because I really liked how they had it in the thumbnail for the set. I didn't go with how they have it in their set, but I went with this way and I kind of liked it as well. So this area that I'm working on right now is kind of like her planning area, where she plans out her books or her stories, where she draws her illustrations, where she puts up her inspiration or whatever is kind of the idea I was going for on this side. And then that shelf as well with all of the manga books in it is from Pan Lily as well. I can't remember where the big shelf against the wall is from, but I just felt like that was the perfect touch in here as well, because I wanted to include a space where she can read, because I feel like she would be an avid reader as well. and I wanted this room to reflect it. This room is probably my favorite. I do really love the bedroom though, I'm not gonna lie, but I really like how this turned out. I wish I could have a room like this for myself, and I love how it looks at night in here. The view out of the window, I will say one thing about Myshuno is the view is just so gorgeous, especially at night. So that's why I wanted most of the windows to be open, and also curtains was such a struggle as always for me. Even with CC curtains, I struggle to find curtains that I like, that fit, that go or snap to the window properly, that I don't have to struggle and fiddle with myself. So I just went for simple curtains around the entire apartment. I do think that she'd probably have more or prettier curtains, but I really couldn't find any that fit with these massive windows. And so instead I went with this like heart curtain that you see in the middle over there. And then this is a reading nook, so I wanted it to be cozy and I wanted it to be enclosed and for there to be books everywhere. I wanted the carpet to be comfy, so like if she wanted to lay on the rug, she could and read a book. So that was what I was going for. This pillow, literally, it took me so many times just to rotate it in the right direction. Wow, I wanted it. But I eventually got it there. It did take a long while, I'm not gonna lie. But at this point, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. And so obviously rotating the pillow is so hard for me to focus on while I'm so tired. But I really wanted to finish this build because it got to a point where I was like, I'm taking too long with this simple apartment. But I did have so much fun. I find the process of searching for all of the CC, seeing how everything fits together, and I find that so therapeutic. I love it and I've missed it, but having so many options is hard. It is hard to have so many options because the searching process just takes forever. But I do think that the apartment turned out in a way that it was worth how much time it took. And then I did want some fairy lights over here, so I used the one that I love, this one by Savrinka. Like, it shines perfect, but the thing is, because the tapestry is kind of a little bit away from the wall, it was kind of hanging behind it, so I had to pull it forward a bit with the tool mod, which is what I'm doing right now. I also had to size it down because it was too big for the wall. You'll see I used the same kind of plushies here as well. I found these pillows, these Hello Kitty pillows. Can't tell you the creator that they were from. I also found these cutouts and I really like them. So there's like one in the dressing room, there's one in the living room, there's one by the entrance, there's this one here. I thought she would have them everywhere. Honestly, I wanted her to look so obsessed with these things that she would literally have them everywhere. And then I also went out again. I was like, I need books that fits this whole concept that I'm going with. The books that I had were very like old academia and school books and stuff like that. It just wasn't the books that I wanted. I had a lot from Hydra, but I was using so much of the books in this bowl that I was now reusing the same books, and I didn't want to keep on reusing the same books. So I did find other books, but they are a recolor of a different set of books, so you would need both in your game for those books to show up. I will eventually put them in the top shelf. I didn't show that just yet. And then while I was searching for those books, I found these cute stationery, and so I used the stationery, which is what I'm putting up there now. And these are the books that I'm talking about. So those are all manga comics or manga books that I'm decorating with there. And then because I found them at this point when I was decorating, I did go around the apartment and place them in other areas as well. For example, on that shelf in the living room, I placed it there as well, so that it was, the theme is being carried out. I also had a whole lot of cute cups as well, So I put them everywhere in the apartment, and yes, it does kind of look like she leaves her cups everywhere, but I just felt like they were so cute. But this is the end of this video. I'm just going to do some finishing touches and then I'll be done with this apartment. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you want to download this, I had to upload it as a room since the gallery does not recognize apartments for some reason. So when you search on the gallery, you'll have to search by rooms. You'll also have to enable custom content, and you can find this under SimWithMishka or hashtag SimWithMishka on the gallery. It will be named Kawaii apartment, and then if you download it, you'll need the CC from my Patreon, which the link will be in the description. And also you'll see that there is a wall missing from each room. That is just what I had to do to be able to upload this entire thing as a room. So you'll just have to add it back. And yeah, that is all. Let me know what you think about the build. Also, let me know if you have any other suggestions for future builds. If I do decide to stream in the future, like I said, I will place the link in the community post. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you for being here. Please don't forget to like and subscribe before you leave, and I'll chat to you in the next one. Bye bye.